Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So it's time to talk about basically the WWE today did more. In this case, it's summer cleaning because summer is already official. It's already officially summer, and WWE is doing some summer cleaning now. You know what I mean? So WWE basically has released apparently 14 wrestlers and one person who was supposed to be a writer that was hired for 2 days, but the thing is she didn't know anything about wrestling. She didn't even know who the fuck Bobby Lashley was. So we're gonna talk about her and we're gonna talk about all these wrestlers that got released and shit like that. So grab your Coca-Cola and drink it magnificently there, alright, ladies and gentlemen? Oh shit, cheers, motherfuckers. While this was happening, literally, I was in the movie. I was like, they were basically releasing people by the time I was in the movies. Like, so I was like watching the fucking Fast and Furious movie, right? I was actually fucking just, with my bud and shit like that, just watching shit. And then I go to find out, like, after the movie's over, WWE releases all these fucking wrestlers. So it's like summer cleaning, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? So, anyways, I want to talk about the fucking person who doesn't know about wrestling. Her name is... What's her name? We're going to talk about her, like, who she is. Because I did some research about this person. Because it came out recently that she didn't even know anything about wrestling. And she's like, we're going to talk about it. Okay, her name is Kenice Mobley. And she only got hired for WWE for like 2 fucking days. Okay? So, we're going to talk about how apparently she got hired. Yeah, she's a Raw writer, by the way. She was supposed to be a Raw writer. And says she has no knowledge about wrestling. Doesn't know who the WWE champion's name is. Yeah, I was just... I have just got hired by WWE. Given the things that, me in my entire life. And you what I into? Yes, that's surprising. Or, yes, that's a surprise for me. You do not require me to know anything about wrestling, but I do have a background of the film production, comedy writing, and they're like, perfect, come on in. So I'm on Monday Night Raw team, and there's Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. People I know that are on it are Bobby, his name is either Bobby Ashley or Bobby Lashley, and I really should know that. He's like a big black guy, and he and the people who are part of his crew, I know who they are, or at least as of last year, they call themselves the Hurt Business. The Hurt Business, they wear suits, and they're like, oh, we're cool. So that's basically how the bitch, and basically, listen, okay. If they're literally, first of all, yeah, she got hired for like 2 days and got fired. And this only happened because she fucking said this and she had like her own social media shit. And apparently she appears on Asian podcast, some shit. Okay, so I looked up her. And she basically was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon or something like that. And literally, my God, she's apparently an she's like a comedian, right? She's a fucking comedian and writer. And if you've seen her fucking comedy, holy fuck. I was thinking about doing a video, but like, I'm kind of glad I'm actually doing it because she got released. Literally, her comedy is fucking garbage. Who are they hiring? Like, why are we calling comedians if they're not actually funny? They're not funny at all. This bitch is not funny at all. Okay? She's not funny. She's nowhere should be called a comedian. The only reason why I guess she'd call comedian because I'll feel laughs. But I bet you it's fucking just mercy laughs, for fuck's sakes. You know what I tell you? My God, that bitch is terrible. Okay? And yeah, and obviously, like, if you see her if you see what she's affiliated with, she's affiliated with SJW woke garbage. She's a fucking goddamn feminist woke SJW bitch, so, like, apparently she was gonna write the show. Can you not imagine what she would be writing? For God's sakes? You know how, and if that's the case, that she's getting hired by WWE for not knowing what, like, listen. Unless with WWE, like, they want to try to appeal to casuals. I don't hate the idea of appealing to casuals. You should try to appeal to casuals, because how the hell and for God's sakes, just think about it. How did us wrestling fans become wrestling fans? if fucking, you know, like if we weren't wrestling fans, they appealed to casuals. They were able to make casuals into fans with good television. You know what I mean? And they obviously had good writing, for God's sakes. And not only that, they had big cool wrestlers. Nowadays, I get it. Wrestling it's garbage. And definitely part of it is the writing, but obviously fucking wrestler stuff. But when it comes to talking about writing now, if this person didn't know what wrestling was, and I'm not saying it's, well, I fucking lost track. Unless you have, like, maybe somebody who, maybe, like, she could be, like, not her, but, you know, we don't need those kind of fans. We don't need her as fans. If you had someone, like, you know, who's a casual viewer, or someone, like, who doesn't know much about wrestling, and you can have them as, like, as a sort of, like, I don't know, even peer review, I don't fucking know. And then, like, oh, I think this is cool. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Maybe that would work. I don't fucking know. But like, for God's sakes, if this is the case that they're hiring people who don't know shit about wrestling, just look at the fucking writing team. They are probably just as bad. The only reason why she got fired because she talked about her, like, some podcast that people actually know of. If that's the case, just imagine the people who they hired that they don't even know. And by the way, they released a video about the writers. Okay? They released a video about the writers. And if you see the writing team, they even mentioned that they didn't know anything about wrestling. They came from soap opera. Listen, I'm not a problem with soap operas, because back in the day, yeah, you were having soap opera type writing, but it was like genius. It was fucking funny. You know, people complain about Crash TV. Who the fuck cares? It was entertaining what you were doing back then. Vince Russo knew what the fuck he was doing to try to appeal to casuals. Not only that, trying to make people, like, enjoy wrestling and have a fucking, you want to make an entertaining TV show. That's what wrestling is. It's supposed to be a TV show. Okay? It's supposed to be entertaining. For God's sakes. And that's what Vince Russo knew what to do. Fuck. God, the writing team sucks. They all talk about, they're writing about, like, comedies. But if you think about it, the comedies they probably wrote is fucking shit. And all the like, literally, like, the comedy we get now in wrestling is fucking shit. How is it comedy? None of them are funny. It's not funny. It's shit. It's fucking horse shit. It's garbage. Fucking A. There's nothing about WWE that's funny or entertaining. And all these people that write for it is like, what the fuck? Apparently they literally have an office full of writing teams. But yet again, back in the day, it was Ed Ferrara and Vince Russo. And then you had the guy who wrote for the Ruthless Aggression. I don't remember his name, but he was featured on the Ruthless Aggression documentary on WWE Network, which I don't know why they just stopped. But it was great seeing him write for the company. He actually knew what the fuck he was writing. I think Brian something. I don't fucking know if that's his name. But he was a good writer too. You don't need all these fucking writers. I don't get it. Like, and especially when they don't... Like, listen, I'm not saying you... Like, obviously, honestly, you should at least know what you're writing about. You should at least have a little bit of knowledge. You don't need to know everything about the history, but fuck. You should, but obviously, it does help that if someone who actually knows everything about wrestling, it should be at least, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 writers. At least. Not fucking office... whole bunch of fucking big office of writers when they don't know what the fuck to write about and they're shit at doing it. Okay? You should at least have somebody, like, you know what, in a casual standpoint, like, maybe like, oh, you know, this seems cool, you know, like, I guess, like, something to write, and then fucking, obviously, people who know the fuck they're doing, knows how to fucking write. But obviously, the beauty of Vince Russo, the beauty is, obviously, he knew everything, he knew not just wrestling, but he knew about fucking entertaining shit. But obviously, he had knowledge for the business, which is why his writing, the attitude was fucking great, okay? And it's a darn shame. So that's a little bit my rant about the whole writing shit nowadays. Like, fuck the writing now. Like, fuck this fucking, what's her fucking name? That SJW bitch. Fuck her. But also, let's talk about now the releases on, let's talk about the releases fucking now, okay? Actually, I'm thinking about it. That's just a bit, you know, I know I was going to do a video about that, but hey, actually let it be a standalone video. I want that to be a standalone video. Tune into my next video where I will talk about the releases. I'll probably upload them in 2 separate ways, but there you go. So they released that person who doesn't know anything about wrestling. That's all she's going to be known. I don't know her name, but she's just an SJW feminist fucking bitch, you know, who's all woke and crap. Like, think about it. If she was to watch the Attitude Era, she would probably think that's all offensive and horrible shit. She would be the person that wants everything from the Attitude Era blocked from fucking Peacock. You know what I mean? So I want to do that video. There you go. That's my thoughts on about the fucking writer who doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, and she's this woke person. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and why did she get fucking hired for WWE? And that's my rant on the current WWE writers, for God's sakes. Can we just get some good writers, or for God's sakes? Obviously, I get it. And I have said this before. It takes both. If the writing is, sure, you may have good writing, but what makes fucking, how can you make Dolph Ziggler a badass, or fucking Tyler Breeze, for God's sakes? Especially, like, now he got released, you know what I mean? People complain about that, Tyler Breeze got released, it should be booked better. Like, who the fuck cares? Fuck Tyler Breeze. Fucking A, that guy's gay looking. If the wrestlers look gay, how the fuck can it be cool? You know what I mean? Just saying. Okay? Obviously, fucking, listen. And here's the more thing about writers. Yes! Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, The Undertaker. Which, again, goes to show why they need to look the part, too. They all looked the part, but they were able to act the part, too. And it's all helped by Vince Russo. Vince Russo did help the writing. He actually did. Sure, Stone Cold The Rock, you know, if you gave somebody else that kind of shit, it would have worked. If you literally gave fucking, like a guy today, like Finn Balor, a fucking The Rock gimmick. You know how fucking shit that would be? He wouldn't pull it off. The Undertaker, fucking Bray Wyatt wouldn't pull off the Undertaker character. You know what I mean? What helped, obviously, the wrestlers themselves, but obviously the writing, because let's be honest here. Like, the writing really, and for people say that, but what about when Vince Russo left? Well, guess what? They were following the Vince Russo format. They were following his format because it was successful at how he did. And if you think about it, every time the fucking WWE tries to do shit, it's always gonna be fucking recapturing the idea from the Attitude Era or just fucking close to it because it was such a great era. And again. Vince Russo helped me, and when he left, they keep recapturing his what he does because it was successful. So for people say that it's Vince Russo's not even that great a writer, overrated, that's bullshit. Vince Russo did help the writing, okay? He did. So God bless Vince Russo. Definitely subscribe to the brand, or I mean, I hate to fucking pull a righty, but I'm not subscribed to the brand yet. I would in the future because it seems fucking awesome. But I am subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Vince Russo's YouTube channel, and subscribe to whatever the fuck, you know. It's entertaining shit, alright? God bless Vince Russo. Fuck the writings nowadays. Fuck the writers, and yeah, that's what I have to really say about the writing, you know. I'm good. My next video will be about the fucking jobbers that got released. Oh my god, Tyler Breeze and Red Tank. No, the 205 Live. Oh my god, fuck you. Go drink a cola and choke yourself. I don't fucking know. I'm just kidding. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.